You know that America gives you the right to do this and to do whatever you want, right?
It doesn't provide the right.
Do you think America should be like Mahmoud? Do you like Mahmoud Khalil thinks? Do you think America should be like decimated and be like the West should be gone? Is that what you think?
I believe in land back.
What's that? Land back?
I believe indigenous people.
So you're. I gotcha. All right. So now I get it. Now I get it. So you're just all about virtue signaling,
including the Palestinians in Gaza.
So you're all about virtue signaling.
No.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
I'm about justice. I'm about equality. I'm about human fucking rights.
So then are you for hostages being freed? Yes. Innocent hostages? Thanks. That's good. I agree. Do you think they should have been taken? Do you think Hamas should have attacked?
I don't think Israel.
Do you think Hamas are terrorists?
No.
What are Hamas?
Hamas is. I have done research on this. Hamas is a political.
You've done research?
Hamas is a political party.
You realize that every other like normal, other than like people like yourself, which you have every right to your opinion. But most like normal humans in this world believe, and every normal like world group has agreed that Hamas is a designated terrorist group. They're a designated terrorist group. They took babies.
Yes, so did Israel.
And then they pretended to return them.
Shut the fuck up. Don't say Hamas took
You're
babies
yelling.
while Israel is bombing Gaza every day. And babies are losing their heads. There are children being cut in half.
Dude, will you relax? You're going to have a heart attack.
Fuck you.
No.
You're supporting a genocide and you're fucking blind.
Are you going to be okay?
I'm fine because I'm not actively in a genocide space.
I'll be fine when they return the hostages. That's when I'll be fine.
So do you want the Palestinian hostages freed as well?
I want innocent Palestinians to be free and safe. Anybody that's innocent, I want to be free and safe. That's what I want. So if there are innocent people in the Palestine, in Gaza, they absolutely... That's terrible.
How about the dozens of cities?
Just like the millions of people, just like the thousands of people that were killed in Dresden to end World War II, which was terrible. It was terrible. I don't even think that should have happened, but it ended the war. So that's terrible. Wars suck, man.
It's not.
Wars absolutely suck. Wars are terrible.
If it was a war, they would be on equal grounds, and they would be firing.
That is not how war works. You don't understand war. You've never, clearly, you've never studied how war works. You just have an opinion, which you're entitled to, but you're wrong. But you're entitled to your opinion.
So
war is what war is.
Was it a war when the European colonizers came to the Americas and slaughtered the indigenous people? Was that a war?
No, I think that was terrible.
That is exactly what's
It's
happening
not.
in Gaza.
It's not.
That is.
It's not.
Israel are the occupiers.
It's not what's happening. And
I
I actually have an undergrad in history with honors, so I know what I'm talking about. I studied the history of the West and all of that stuff. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. Manifest destiny, all of those things.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not standing here talking to an uneducated person. I have a master's degree. I'm not an idiot. Okay. I've come out here with actual knowledge. You didn't even know there was another border with Gaza. You didn't even know that, and you're yelling at me. Do me a favor, seriously. It's been a nice conversation, but if you didn't know that, really reflect about why do you need to know that? Because that is like part and parcel.
Genocide is bad.
What do you don't think knowing that there's another border that has not been opened that had seven layers as compared to a small little, you don't think that that's relevant to what we're talking about?
Egypt trying to take over Gaza?
That's not, what are you talking about?
That's what
Israel has no interest in Gaza. They left in 2005.
Exactly
they were not, no they don't. No they haven't. They left dude.
They're trying to eradicate the Palestinians. So they
before October 7th, how many Jews were in Gaza?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly, none, zero. They couldn't go there. Zero, none. They were expelled. You don't even. This is all. You don't know.
I do know what I'm talking
you
about.
don't. You just proved it again.
I don't need to.
No Jews were in Gaza before October 7th.
Fact in order to know that genocide is bad and argue against that.
All right. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't. You're just a person that's angry with an opinion, which you're entitled to. And again, I will stand up for your right to be angry and have an opinion. Because it's America. And I believe America's a great place. I don't always agree with our government, certainly, but I'm an American, and I will always be an American. You, on the other end, seem to want to get rid of America, but that's a shame. You're standing in America. If you don't like it here, why don't you go somewhere that you want to live? Where would you rather live?
I'm trans and I can't get a fucking passport.
Yeah, I have a transgender son, so I understand. I'm trying to get my son's gender marker changed. It's not easy in this state, but thankfully, my wife is doing a good job of getting it taken care of. So I get it. How you doing? See, things like that would surprise people like you. I was called a transphobe for having this flag. I went home and told my son that, and I've never seen him laugh so hard. Because I stand with a pride flag. I used to stand with Parasol Patrol, but they don't want me anymore because I'm a Zionist. That's sad. I can't advocate for my kids. I also have an older son who's gay.
Because you're also advocating for genocide.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not.
That flag
No, I'm not.
represents.
I'm not. See, unlike you, I'm educated and can back up I can back everything up with actual facts. You, on the other hand, can't, because every question I've asked you that would be material, you don't have an answer for. You don't know. And if you want to have, you do. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem with most of you guys that are marching around. And I know all of the people that march around, the Colorado Palestine Coalition, I know who all of them are. And they're all completely misinformed. It's sad. I tried to have conversation with some of them. Some of them know a bit more. You're like, honestly, and I don't mean this to be rude, you're one of the ones that knows the least that I've talked with. And again, as you can see, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. You've called me a few names. I've called you no names, right? I'm just trying to have a normal conversation. I'm telling you, honestly, you should go and do some more research that isn't biased. Rob, your letter was full of shit, just so you know. I can prove all of it wrong, every single piece of it. But Daily Camera won't publish my stuff because it's a left-wing rag. So I posted it to next door. Everybody agrees with me, Rob, other than your little cult. Have a good day, Rob. Peace to you.
So what about Russia trying to take Ukraine?
That's terrible. Putin can go to hell. I also think Netanyahu's a criminal, and I think Netanyahu still also belongs in jail.
Cool. That's great. Then why do you not realize that he is enacting a genocide?
Because I stand here for the people of Israel, not for the government of Israel.
But most of the people of Israel support Netanyahu.
That isn't true.
It is true.
No, it isn't. I have friends that are there protesting. I have friends that are there at the protests. You're wrong. Everybody there does not support Netanyahu.
I didn't say everybody.
They support the war. They support getting the hostages back, but they don't support him. As a matter of fact, a lot of people there believe he's a criminal. And before, if October 7th hadn't happened, he might be in jail because he's basically the Israeli Donald Trump.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Doesn't change the fact that hostages were taken by Hamas. Doesn't change the fact that Hamas is a recognized terrorist group. Doesn't change the fact that that Gaza also has a border with Egypt. It doesn't change all of those facts, my friend. That Egypt wouldn't open. When you guys were yelling, open the border, give aid, and like Egypt wouldn't open the border. And many of you didn't even know that Egypt had a border. And you're saying that, like, it's so funny. It's sad, man. It's really sad. I really hope you guys, like, it's nice. I know a lot of college students at CU, and just so you know, many of them, most of them actually, are not like SJP folks. They're like people that are going to get jobs and those types of things, and they're not standing for all this stuff. They just want to be normal college students and stuff. Like, it's sad. Like, at your age, I don't know how old you are. You should like go and like do fun stuff at your age. Like, don't worry about this stuff. Like,
I have shit going on.
Good. That's awesome. You should. You should. That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
But I also have morals.
Yeah, but you come out and you see somebody with this and you start calling people. You come out, you see this, and you start calling people that you don't even know names.
Yeah.
And that's
fucking bullshit.
do you think you're so? Do you Shalom? Thank you. Do you think you're peaceful? Do you believe that you're a peaceful person?
Yeah.
But you come out and people you don't know, you call them
I
names.
believe in